And then this will be on page 19. Now, raise your hand if you do not have 4 data. You're supposed to have 4 numbers here. You're supposed to have 4 numbers? Yes? Raise your hand if you don't have any numbers. London, do you have this paper? Yes or no? No? Let's complete everything, guys, because next 2 weeks will be the end of your first quarter.
Already?
Yes.
It's October. No.
And then keep that tape maybe. Okay, are we good? I still got blank here. Who needs this? This is your blind spot.
I do.
Jacob, we need to be, sir, we need to be checking our notes. I want your journal open on page 19. Make sure that you've got this paper taped. Yes? Do you have this? Miss Seals, can you give this to Jacob, please? Side player. Hey guys, if I'm turning on the AC, you're complaining too cold. Right now, I'm turning it up. Because a lot of you are wearing your long sleeves. Okay, can I have, Kara, 1 per table, please. 1 per table. You're just going to share this. 1 per table. Okay, we've got Akira here distributing some rulers, and I want you to prepare your writing utensils here. It's either a pen or a pencil. You're going to share that ruler with your shoulder partner. Mr. Trevor, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Marcus? Ready? Okay. I want you to grab this paper here. You don't have to remove it, by the way. Okay? Look for this number, the top number. If you've got, let's just say you've got 21 here, and you've got 17. And you've got 19 here, and then you're going to have 11. Okay? You have this kind of numbers, right? A big number and a small number. Do you have 2 numbers here, a big number and a small numbers? Yes?
Yes.
Now, I want you to look for 21, the first number here. Don't look for 21, look for your first number. Whatever your first number there, I want you don't have a first number, that's fine. Okay, if you don't have a first number, just relax. If you've got a first number here, I want you to grab that ruler. I believe that my 21 is here, 22, 23, 24, and 25. I want you to pass through your pupil here. Pass through your pupil. The pupil here is your dot, your dark spot here. And then I want you to pass through it and hit the retina. hit your retina side. So it will look like this. Okay? Your first number passed through your pupil. That will be your first number. It will look like that. Now, go to your second number. My second number here will be assuming 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so my second number is 17. Pass through your pupil again. And voila. Yes.
Is that it?
What?
You have more of that?
No.
Do you need some copies or?
We can just print them.
I know.
Okay. Okay. Now, you're supposed to have 3 lines there. Now, Megan, quick question. Do you have a second number? Yes or no?
No, we couldn't do either because like everything.
Yeah, that's fine.
I might have.
You wrote a note, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine. Because if I'm going to check that paper, that will be the reason why. Okay, now, you're supposed to have 3 lines there, except for Megan. And I believe that each one of us here found our blind spot last Friday, or the other previous days. Why do you Now, pay attention here. I will make an arc. What is an arc? Math? Okay. This is an arc, right? So, this is my blind spot. I want you to label that. That is your blind spot. Say my blind spot, which is an arc. Okay? I want you to write down my blind spot there. And this line here, I want you to write down my focus. This is the line, okay? This is the line or the light ray where you can read details. So if you're going to read, that line passes through your pupil and then hit your retina. That is your focus. And we call that your fovea or your macula. Can you still remember that? I hope so. Now, you did this side, I want you to do the other side. Do the other side, please. What's causing you to stand up a lot? No, right now. Do you have data? Yes or no? You're done? Both eyes? Now, if you're fond of standing up right now, I want you to stand behind the class. Because you're like covering more than there. Use that area there for you to do your kinesthetic learning. Make sure you have your journal. Okay, raise your hand if you're done. Both. Good job. Now, if you're done, I want you to go back to this page here. I want you to use both paper, by the way. This will be your reference for this paper. Okay? They're going to work together here. Now, maybe you're going to ask me, in what way, Miss Abellion, they're going to work together? Can you remember this art thingy? I'm going to label this phobia / macula. Phobia or macula, commonly known as phobia. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You won't have to worry about that. Okay. Now, this is your focus. If you just label my focus here, right? This is your focus inside your eye. Now, where is your blind spot? That circle part. Okay? They're just too close here. See that? Can you see? Your focus and your blind spot. Now look at your blind spot here in our rods and cones. This is your blind spot. So anything falls on this area, you cannot see them. Does it make sense? So this is your blind spot. If you're using both of your eyes right now, you don't have any blind spot because your left compensate your right eye blind spot, and then your right eye compensate the left side's blind spot. Does it make sense? That's why it's called bifocal. Some of you are like, that's too much for me to comprehend because it's Monday. Okay? But just to let you know, you've got a focus and you've got a blind spot, and they're too close. Okay? And you can prove it because we did an experiment here. Any questions? Any questions? Now, raise your hand if you did your homework. Because I love homework. Very good. So if I've got Angel Ruiz right here asking for, do we have any homework? Now we're going to have another repeat homework. Remember? I'm asking for how many percent? 100%. Now we've got Angel here asking, oh, we've got homework. Now that's 99%. Or 98. Raise your hand if you didn't do your homework. Honestly, didn't do your homework.
I don't know what the homework was.
Wow. That's a lot.
I didn't
Raise your hand if you were faithfully doing your homework.
Nobody.
Oh, thank you. I've got 5, 6, 7. Good.
I looked at that picture this morning, actually. That was the first time the whole weekend I actually.
Hey,
I'm bringing out my homework for you.
we're going to do it today. Okay, we're going to do your homework today. If you've got a blank paper, that's fine. Just make sure you have your name there. Grab that paper, put that in front of you because we're going to complete that today.
It looks something like this.
It's not September.
I know, but you're telling
My
her.
name on it.
You're telling her.
Yeah.
Same one.
You lost it. Them two lost it.
I didn't get my new pass, so.
Mr. Belly, do you have any erasers? Like pencil eraser? The sharpener eraser.
Are we gonna be taping this in our journal?
The what?
The homework?
I'm going to check it before you tape. Okay, first thing first, you write your name, leave it on your table, and then come back here.
But how come the AP teachers didn't pass them out on Friday?
Because Mr. Morelli forgot to make some copies. Okay. Quick, Miss Clark. Okay. Now, we're going to have a classroom silent reading. You're going to follow through, and I'm going to read them. Okay? I want your book open, please, on page 36. The green book. By the way, when I say book, it's a textbook. When I say journal,
I think journal.
okay. When I say journal, that is your daily journal, your science journal lesson. You don't have a book. That's fine. Walk in here. Grab a book. Raise your hand if you don't have a book. Who else? Right here. Everybody got one? That's a chemistry book, Missy. Okay. They look the same, but not the front picture. You're supposed to have the brain one. Okay, they look the same. Chemistry and your human brain here. Okay, everything on your assignment generator or homework, they're just CX, a common sense question. If you are paying attention, that will be easy for you. But there are some questions that make you think.
Would it be 6 and 7?
I do believe, and I actually told mine other class, and they're actually right now in Miss Morelli, and I told them, Miss Morelli, it's time to check your, body, like, hey, are you done with your science homework? Okay, let's start. This is actually retina. Some of you may pronounce it retina. We pronounce it retina. Yes. Because I know, Marcus, I believe that once you spell this R-E-T-N-A. A lot of you will spell it. You always forget the I. That's why we pronounce it retina. So that we will remember the I. Okay, follow along, please. The precise organization of the structures in the eye is dedicated to one important function: to focus an image on the retina. The retina, the curved screen at the back of your eye, is where light energy changes into electrical impulses that travel to the brain for processing. But how does this happen? Now, can you still remember your retina when you had the cow eyes? It's a capillary. It's actually like nerves. Okay? The photoreceptor. The retina is actually an extension of the brain itself. Now, if you're going to burn your retina, you're actually burning part of your brain.
How do you burn it?
When you stare at the sunshine, you're going to grab a lens that magnify the intensity of the light, and then pass through your pupil. You're going to have a burned retina. I'm going to pull out some pictures here where you can burn your retina and how will it affect your vision later after this reading. Okay, they pass through 2 layers of cells before hitting a dense layer of specialized light-sensitive cells that transform light energy into electrical impulses. There are 2 types of photoreceptors. The rods, which are long and skinny, are sensitive to dim lights. And we have this, by the way. We have this in our notes. Okay? It does not respond to bright light. Rods cannot detect colors. The cones, which are triangular, are not responsive in dim lights, but respond to bright light. Cones distinguish color and detect fine details of objects. Now, we're not going through the details like approximately 125 rods, blah, 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 but your cones can detect 3 main colors, and you can name them. Your primary color, yes, Martin? Change the yellow. Red, green, and blue. Okay, that's. You think that's a primary color?
Green? You think green is
Yeah, yellow and green, right?
Yeah.
But this one, cones actually detect green more. Okay, the structure of the retina. When an optometrist puts drop in your eyes to dilate your pupils, raise your hand if you've got your eye doctor day later.
I tried to text after that, and now.
And you can't.
Yeah, I can't see
And you
myself.
can't. And you're not supposed to be walking with a dilated pupil with a sunny day. You're supposed to be wearing what? Glasses or the dark, paper what? The paper sunglasses that they use.
Yeah, I got those.
Okay,
I think I still have them actually.
okay. And shines light into your eye. It's your retina that is being inspected. By the way, honestly speaking, I haven't done this yet. I haven't
You
checked
should.
my retina.
It's fun.
What?
That would be like seeing my brain.
Is that when you're
Right?
right?
Because retina is actually part of my brain. So if they're going to dilate my eyes, they're actually seeing my part of my brain, and that would be like kind of weird. Did you see my brain here? Okay.
Well, it's cool. You can go outside.
Okay. From this view, your retina looks reddish orange and is webbed with blood vessels. This is actually your retina. Okay. There are two contrasting spots of your retina. The dark red macula, literally spot, has a high concentration of cone cells. In fact, just about all the eye cones and relatively few blood vessels. In the center of the macula is a small depression called the fovea, literally pit, which contains only cone cells. The fovea is the area of the retina that has the highest sensitivity to color and detail. Because cone cells are packed together more densely here than in any other part of retina, the fovea is depressed because the layer of cells through which light normally passes before getting to the receptor cells are pushed to the side here. The fovea is where an image focuses when you look directly at an object. So that is actually your detail. The larger, lighter color spot called the optic disc is where the optic nerve attached to the back of your eye. Where is that? The yellow part there? Can you see that? That is actually your blind spot. Blind spot is not discovered until 1700s, relatively late in visual science, because the area of each eye's blind spot is within the visual field of the other eye. So that's why you have to close the other eye here to see your blind spots, because they're actually bifocal. Bi means what? Two. So you're actually seeing with your two eyes here. Okay, because the brain fills in missing details, it is difficult to locate the blind spot while looking at a large object, or one that blends in with the background. Several large blood vessels radiate, blah, 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 we're not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to pull out macula damage here. Go to 38, please. I'm going to pull out macula damage here and the question of Angel. Like, you know, like pictures, like how can you burn your retina?
Angel. By the way, raise your hand here if you're fond of perception, like the, how do we call that, Miss Sales? Like the hidden images. Like, I'm going to give you a mosaic picture.
Depth perception?
Uh-huh. Is it magic eye?
Magic eye is.
Raise your hand if you're fond of magic eye here. Magic eye is like I'm going to point at you, okay? This kind of shirt, like mixed colors and mixed designs, and then if you're going to stare, like focus, you will see something popping up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. We'll try to grab some pictures for Wednesday. We're going to have that before going to the brain, because this is the last day. And then some people, by the way, can turn this on the other side. Can you see this person here?
Yeah.
This person is actually rotating like this, like clockwise. Some people can actually flip it, doing a counterclockwise. Okay? But I can't. Missy? Yes. Okay, this is retinitis pigmentosa. Wow. Okay,
If you've got a normal vision, can we turn, Akira, can you turn off the middle light, please? Just the middle light. There you go. Thank you. Okay, if you've got a normal vision, you can see this. You've got 4 people there with red stripes, green, blah, 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 and then blue one. Now, if you've got this retinitis pigmentosa, you can only focus in the middle part of the, and then everything here is burnt. You can't see it. Okay? So, but we don't have anybody with this retinitis pigmentosa here.
How do you know?
I don't know. You can actually raise your hand like Miss Abellion. That's me. Okay? The other one. Macular degeneration. Wow, we've got big words here. Macular, by the way, came from the word macula. Okay, there you go. This is actually, you burnt your focus. There you go. So this part here is actually a burnt macula.
So it's opposite of the other one.
Okay? Raise your hand if you've got that kind of focus here.
I do have to look in the
Lisa is very impossible because you play good in volleyball. So you don't have anything covering your eyes. Okay, so you're good.
But wouldn't that be the opposite of the other one?
Yes, yes, yes. Good observation there. Okay, next. So this is your macular degeneration. Now, raise your hand if you know somebody who's a colorblind.
My dad.
My dad.
He's an electrician.
brother.
I'm not even playing.
Are you sure?
I'm dead serious.
Okay.
His eyes know it's wired in there.
Before answering that, how did you know that your dad is a
He
colorblind?
told me.
Okay, now, you know what happened with my dad when I was like elementary? My dad would ask me, hey, can you grab my like green polo shirt? And I was like, Dad, we don't have any green polo shirt here. You know, like inside their cabinet or there. And I was like, you don't have any green. And then my dad was like, I've got a green one. And I was like, you don't have a green one. Like, I can't see any green one. And then my mom would just grab the blue polo shirt. And my mom was like, are you talking about this? And my dad was like, see? I've got a green polo shirt. I'm like, that is blue. So, and then we noticed that my dad got a
Have you ever watched West Coast Customs? Well, they're one of the guys who does the like he puts like the leather on the seats and stuff. He's colorblind. And like he puts the colors together and he does really good. You never know he was colorblind.
By the way, when you're the colorblind person, you know which color is actually the right color. Like, you know, the shades.
Yeah.
And by the way, for your dad, that's pretty interesting for the with the wires. Which wire will you? Okay, let's see what happened here if you've got a colorblind person.
He plays the guess game, so he takes that chance.
See?
Wire in my house.
Look at this.
That's duller.
Look at the red one. It's not like bright red.
Look at the green.
Look at the green one, see?
Look at the purple blanket in the background. Look at the purple blanket.
Yes. See? So who got a little shade, kind of weird shade of colors here? By the way, I'm kind of colorblind, by the way. I'm kind of colorblind. Because every time my husband and I will be like talking about painting, I'm like, this is brown. And my husband was like, no, that's orange. I was like, no, this is brown. And my husband was like, no, it's orange. And I was like, okay. Because my husband paints. And then I'm not like good in color, but pretty much I'm colorblind. Who?
Yeah, when you're walking outside, he's right.
Your husband.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Friday.
A Friday.
When we were waving at you.
Yeah, we were waving at you and you were waving back.
So is your son colorblind because he's male?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't want him to be colorblind. Like mama. Okay. Any questions about colorblind here?
No.
Okay, let's move to page 39. 39? And we still got like 5 minutes here. And we're going to answer your. Okay, guys, I want everybody on page 39. That is your field of vision. Field of vision, remember, was your